Hey everybody, it is Monday afternoon, 1:17 p.m. And this morning I was working on some item stuff. I'm going to continue working on that. There was a bug. Oh, no, I just realized. Hang on a second. Engage privacy mode. I want to see if it posted a Discord notification. It might not have. No, it did. Okay, cool. Yeah, then we can go back into regular mode. Yeah, so there was some problem where an item would start flashing while it was on an item display, and I assume it's coming from this. Yeah, so probably a ground item source exists, even though it shouldn't. And it's when I drag an item. So how does that work? Item source dot remove. Remove should null out the item. Yeah, what it does. Is this still happening? It's probably still happening. I just don't know how. How very bizarre. All right, so we produce an item. We wait for it to start flashing. So this unfortunately just takes a little bit of time. Should probably lower that time. There we go. Then we drag it onto here, pick it up, drop it. Wait a sec. I need to wait for one of these things to go away. So let's add some workers. Good. Yes, please come up here. All right. Now, if I drop this off, does it start flashing immediately? It does. Okay, so it probably just never stopped flashing exactly. So item was picked up, we call stop flashing, which stops the tween. What would ever start this again? Oh, set is held to false. Oh, I see. Oh, this should not be here. Yeah, this should not be here. Create flash tween. All right, flash tween.start. There is no start. How do you start a tween? There's a stop. How do you start it? There's a play. Oh. I thought the opposite of stop would be start, but yeah, play makes sense. Oh, whoops, and I just changed the wrong instance of that. Play, there. In fact, we don't even need to, well, I guess we do need to do this. All right, so now this can't happen, but set is held also probably shouldn't be. I guess it could be what pauses this. So then something needs to know to play this again, but it's only when the ground item source gets the item again. And nothing tells it about that, does it? No, nothing does tell it. Okay, well, there's a way that we drop an item. Stop holding item, I guess, is what does it. Item source set is held false. We need to know that we stopped holding it because it got the item again. Yeah. We remove the, what's drop item? Stop holding item. Okay, I mean, I guess that's similar. What we want to do is we want to say, yeah, I guess we just want a dropped item sort of thing. Item source dot dropped item. Oh, but if we do this, oh man, there's no other way to do this though, is there? Let me take a look at something. Just get pick a point, has item, get item, remove item. Yeah, we need to know when this item comes back onto here. The item knows. Hey, Darkstorm. The item knows because it has set is held. But it depends on what's holding it of whether it should start flashing again. And we only want to start the tween again if it had been paused. Is there any other way to do this? So yeah, problem is an item is flashing when an item that is flashing on the ground will continue to flash when picked up and dropped off from an item display. Oh, you know what we could do? When it's no longer on the ground, we could just delete the tween completely. But do we know that it's no longer on the ground? We have remove item here. Yeah, we could just say delete tween. Oh, okay. I think that'll work much better. Okay, let's see. Stored item dot delete, or like permanently stop flashing. Stop flashing. Yeah, this doesn't exist. It should offer to create it. I don't know why it's not. What is going on here? Huh. Oh, there is a stop flashing and it's inaccessible. Oh. Yeah, whoops. I want like a permanently stop flashing. Yeah, so we need to undo this. Yeah. Permanently stop flashing. This is kind of weird. This is like kill it. What does kill do differently from stop? Aborts all tweening operations and invalidates the tween. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I want. And then set it to null. Yeah. Cannot convert null literal to non-nullable reference type. Should have just been a question mark the whole time. Okay, so this is the function we're going to call from over here. And we just got to write why this is needed. An item only flashes when it's on the ground. An item should only flash when it's on the ground. Which will mean it's... Can I put a cref here? I don't know if this works for member variables. It does. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, which will mean its flash tween is not null. However, if moved to an item display, then it should stop flashing. Even if it gets picked up and put back down. However, if moved to an item display, then it should stop flashing forever because it can't end up on the ground again. That's maybe not true. I can do equals only. Yeah. But then it's saying that it will be set and this may never be set. Stop flashing forever because it can't end up on the ground again. Yeah, this part may not be true. Maybe adventurers will be able to pick up items again and then drop them on the ground when they enter battle. Oh, that could result in you losing a lot of items. I don't know. Yeah. Unless it somehow ended up on the ground again. And if it ended up on the ground again, what would cause it to happen? I guess it would go through this fading thing again. Yeah. Okay. Hey, military. Working on a game called Skeleseller. Was I gone for like 20 minutes? I don't know when I stopped the last stream. Let's see. 12:36 is when I stopped. And it is 1:26. And I've been streaming for 10 minutes. So I guess I came back at this time. So yeah. It's been about 40 minutes. That's not a very short break. I used to take 20-minute lunches or 25-minute lunches or something. I'm not even sure how I did that. Now I'm a little bit more leisurely about it, and I like that. All right, I think we fixed the bug. Let's take a look. It's already running. Okay. So we create an item, then we wait for it to start flashing. Let's just sped this up. Skittercat, didn't you just resub the other day? Regardless, thank you. Nice, bug fixed. Oh, but we got to try dropping it on the ground again. Yeah, nice. It works. Check this out, Skittercat. When I create items now, they flood out of the portal and they've got physics. And then they start fading out and you'll eventually lose them. Yeah, this is working. Nice. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with this. And I like the solution for this too. I think this is pretty clear. Yeah, perfect. All right, so fix bug with flashing items. The repro was this. Have an item flash on the ground. Pick it up and put it on a display. Then pick it up again and drop it back onto the display. At that point, set is held. What is that function called? Yeah, set is held would play the flashing tween again. Whereas now we'll null out the tween so that there's nothing to play. Nice. Hey, Vafi. Nice. Okay, cool. All right, what's this one? If items are created in the storeroom, then we can just freeze their collision immediately. They're only needed when they leave the portal. I don't really think we even need to worry about that, so let's just not do anything. All right, building stuff. Where do we leave off with this? Shop. Allow you to build your first shop. Allow for saving and loading. Change this stuff. Make sure that... Okay, let's do this one really fast. Make the guild take money from you. I don't think this should be hard. So I hope it's not difficult. There's the guild... No, not the guild master. The guild master is there once you have the guild. The guild sign is there before you have the guild, and this is how you build it. Yeah, make guild. What is this? It's just make guild over here. And this has a reference to the town. What in the world? Why didn't I do this? Shouldn't it just be town.modify money? -20 or something? I don't know what the cost is. I just want to see if something works here. Let's try that out. Okay, so I have 100 gold. I click this, I click build, it subtracted 20. Yeah, I know the dialogue said 50, but that's something we're about to go turn into a constant. So let's go to game constants. Oh, we already have guild cost. Would you look at that? Game constants.guild cost. And then we just needed to set it in the dialogue, which is up to the guild dialogue. Yeah, this one. And there's a cost label. Wow, I already seemingly started to do this and then never did it. So now let's load this up. Cost label. Oh, wow, it already says that too. Well, then we're done. That's it. We're finished. That was easy. There's no way for you to not have enough money because you can't spend money until you have the guild. And you're guaranteed to have enough money when you start building the guild. So now it should subtract 50 instead of 20. Perfect. And that's that. Now when you hire your first adventurer, cost 20. Again, there's no way for you to not have that money. And then, yeah, that's all we want to do for right now. Graphics cool. Well, thank you. I can't take credit for any of them. A lot of them came from an asset pack called Super Retro World. And then the other ones, like the Adventurers, are ones that Quickie Joe made on top of them. On top of the asset pack. Subtract guild cost from money. Or like, whatever. It's a clear enough commit message. I don't care. I'm not going to massage that at all. Make sure building costs money. Good. Done with that. Done with this. Okay, next up was about shops. Yeah. And the storeroom. Is there trading and economy in the game? Not really, no. I wanted this to be a pretty laid back game. So the other reason is I think when it comes to an economy in the game, if it's a fun set of decisions you're making, then I think it's fine to have in the game. But imagine if there was something like, okay, potions are whatever, 3 gold and swords are whatever, 7 gold. And now there's some supply and demand change. Now potions are worth 7 gold and swords are worth 3 gold. It's like, okay, I guess I'm going to go seek out potions instead of swords. Like at any given point, your decision tree is just what makes me the most money. And it's a little more to it than that. Not just what makes me the most money, but like, how do I get the most of this item, and do I have the space for it? And I just didn't think it was an interesting enough set of decisions around it. It's not to say we can't eventually do it, but I want to see how this goes. When do you think the next checkpoint will be? Probably end of September. So Thursday of this week is going to be the start of my vacation, and then August 28th will be the first stream back. So end of September gives us about a month and I think 2 weeks since the last checkpoint. When did I launch the last one? July 26th. Yeah, no question mark on there anymore. Yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks. So yeah, about a month and 2 weeks, something like that. Month and 3 weeks. And if we can release it a week sooner, I probably will. I guess I never picked a date. So a week sooner is still potentially late September. Hey, Sophia. The first to redeem the first. Welcome in. So I think we need to allow you to build a shop now. And at some point we need to delete all the shops you already have. Yeah, so you start with all of this, these shops. I think we need to turn this entire thing into a scene and then slap it in the world somewhere. Is it time to delete all of this stuff? Because like, I don't want to start you with a storeroom, and I don't want to start you with any of the shops. Oh, I just thought of something. This is unrelated. Once you have a storeroom, it means you can store items that you can't sell yet. Okay, I'm just going to file this as a task for later. Once you have a storeroom, it means you can store items that you can't sell yet. Which means you could soft lock yourself, I guess. Maybe we need a way to trash items. Possible to make the user position their own buildings? Or would you rather have them be pre-selected places? It'd be possible, but I'm not sure there'd be a purpose. When it comes to positioning buildings, you need to think, what are the decisions that go into positioning it? And it's typically like, okay, what's close by to it? Or do you get some bonus by putting this near another building, or by having multiple buildings? And the close by part would matter. You can see there is actually travel time going from one place to another place. But is it an interesting enough choice that you'd be like, I want to optimize this, so let me place this building somewhere else? And I don't know. And that's one of the problems here, is trying to figure out, like, how should I make this map even look? Like, okay, if the guild is over here, then where do we put your first shop? Shops on the tile map. Should be fine to remove them. I'll make a new map anyway. Right. But what I'm saying is, like, what should the layout be? Should I not? Maybe I just shouldn't worry about the layout. Yeah, I probably just shouldn't worry about the layout. Let's write that down. It really doesn't matter where. We can always relocate this stuff. In fact, we already have this space here. So what if we just made it here? Yeah. Oh, the portal is over here. I kind of wanted this to be more like the start of the game. And yet not worry about this stuff. I'm just causing myself to get stuck here because I don't want to place the town somewhere else. But we got to do it. We got to do it. So I guess let's make it so that we start you without the alchemist. Let's get to the point where you build it. New tile maps will be easier to edit, so we can quickly change things later. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess let's delete the alchemist. But we got to eventually set them right back to here. What are you? You are a shop. Oh, I just feel so torn about doing this. It's like I'm gonna break something, but yeah, let's delete it and see what happens. It's not like I have any changes. I can just revert, but it's just scary. Oh wait, what's that? What happened here? This changed its UID again. Man, I don't like how that happened. Probably means that it should have a different UID. Can't you just move the tiles into the scene and remove them from the town tile map? Yeah. The question was more like, do I want to make the final resting place for this? Because in the actual game, this might actually just break things right off the bat. Let's find out. But in the actual game, I want you to start and kind of have everything be over here or in this general vicinity, so you don't need to like zoom out completely. But just for ease of coding, I'm probably going to, and just ease of changing everything, I'm probably just going to have it be here anyway. And it doesn't look like there are any errors. What happens if we get a potion? Let's find out. Create instance win. Okay, so we got a potion. What happens? It's going to put this in the storeroom, I guess, and then just never put it anywhere. Oh, it just freezes. Is it erroring right now? Yeah, it is. Value cannot be null parameter shop. Okay, where's this coming from? I never planned for this to be possible, which is why this is happening. And now it's something we're going to allow. Get shop matching item category. Yeah. So it assumes that you always have one of each shop, but you might not. And if you don't, then I guess we just don't have a destination. So I guess we say shop ? And then don't throw if null, just return it. And there we go. Now any callers of this need to be changed. Get filled or empty item displays. So this is going to do shop ? Otherwise, return an empty list. Good. Let's keep going. Next one is this one. Get valid item destination. First, see if we have a shop. If so, return that. Otherwise, return null. Sounds good. And get valid item destinations. So this is if the shop has this. Do we have to put this here or no? Doesn't seem to complain at me, although I'm not sure what this is going to do. Maybe it's going to concatenate null. I need to go to a C# playground and find out. C# playground. .NET 8. Okay, so how do we do this? We need a function that returns. Can I make another class over here? Class foo. Does this run? Yes. Okay, good. So we need a function that returns something here. Hey, Freedom Forge. Thanks for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Drop your anvils here. What were you streaming? I'm guessing game dev based on the name, but I probably shouldn't assume. But for anyone new here, I am working on a game called Skeleseller. And I actually can't show this just yet. Maybe I can. Let's try this. Godot, we're on week 6. Are you making a game or just learning Godot? So the game I'm making also happens to be in Godot. And the way that it works is you are a skeleton. You actually died adventuring and became a skeleton. And you started up a town. So here's our town, and we got a couple of shops, and there's some customers walking around, but there's nothing to buy. And you will hire adventurers. So I just hired a rogue, and we can start a battle with that rogue now. And it's a very laid-back, casual game. So the adventurers just automatically fight. And you can control them through their skill trees and leveling them up, but otherwise you're not directly controlling battles. And when you win a battle outside of this portal, some items will fall, and your character will go stock them into your storeroom or into your shops, and you'll sell them, and you get more money, and you can hire more adventurers and level up your characters and everything. I have no idea what that means, Jordy. Well, welcome in, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions. I just started my stream pretty recently, so we're going to be coding for another couple hours and just working on some of these systems. So the thing we're doing right now, what I just showed you is we're starting with these shops. We're starting with a storeroom. There's like a lot going on at the beginning. Instead, I want to start with just this. You just see like nothing else on the screen. In fact, none of the UI, and just build guild. You click this and you build your guild, and you click this and you hire your first adventurer, and you can pick which one you want. And then from there, you will need to build the shop. So that's what we're doing right now, is the building a shop. Haven't really programmed before, but we learned the top 3 things to avoid are mobile, 3D, and complex mechanics. Oh man, I don't think mobile or 3D is actually a problem. I think the complex mechanics part is the biggest problem of those. But I think you will, I mean, you've already almost certainly learned a ton in those 6 weeks, and you'll probably continue to learn a lot. And it's a very rewarding process, I feel, building all this stuff up. So cool. Yeah. Sounds like your kind of game. Yeah, I'm really happy to be working on this, and we made a lot of progress. This is whatever day it is in the title, day 41 or 42 or something like that. It's a corn keyboard. It's got 36 keys, so you need to use layers quite a lot. So a lot of keys do double duty. You know, this is N, E, and I, and now it is 4, 5, and 6, and now it is left, down, and right. So lots of different functions on each key. So the thing I was testing is this, because I don't know how this works in C#, which is we have a function that can return an object. I guess let's make public class bar and public override string to string return bar. Okay, so let's test just that very basic thing plus new bar. So this should print hello world bar. Perfect. Now we're going to make a function that returns a bar question mark, get bar, return null. Okay, now if we do foo equals new foo, bar equals foo dot get bar. So if I were to print this out, this should always be null. Yeah. Now the question is, what happens if I make a read-only list, or just a list of bar, and do foo dot get bar? Wait, that's not what I want to do, is it? Hang on a second. I guess we want get bar concrete. I'm going to just do this, return new bar. I want to see if it puts a null into this list or not. So if I do this, then the size of this list should be 1. And now we need to figure out how we import list. I hate trying to figure this out without autocomplete. I don't remember where anything ever is. And there's no, well, whatever, fine. We got to go figure out where list is. C# list import. System collections generic. Okay, run. Expected a semicolon there, sure. Oh, do I need a space for that? What? Only used in code within a nullable annotations context. Can I not have it bother me about that? I'm not getting this in my own code. Oh, because we turned it off in the or we turned it on, I guess, in the entire CS proj file. How do you enable this? Nullable annotation context. Just hash nullable enable. Okay. Never seen that before. Okay, for each statement cannot operate on variables of type bar because bar does not contain a public instance or extension definition for get enumerator. Oh yeah, it does need to return a collection. And this is what Darkstorm had said too. List bar, new bar. Okay. Yeah, so it printed 1. That's what I expected. Now what happens when we have this return? What happens if we have this be null? Object reference not set to, oh, this shouldn't be. to comment that out. I think it's because this is lacking the, or not null there. Aha. Okay. So yeah, you just can't do that because it's going to try to iterate, or it's going to try to, I guess, spread or whatever they call this in C#, this null, and it won't work. Yeah, barfu. I was testing something really kind of basic here about C#. What I wanted to see is, will this line do something I don't want it to do? And the answer now is yes, it will. This will not work. So the way this works is we try to get all the item destinations, which is either the things in the shop or the storeroom, but the shop might not exist. So if the shop doesn't exist, we just don't want to do anything here. So we're definitely going to have the storeroom displays. And I guess just return that concatenated with the other thing. Empty storeroom displays dot concat. This is going to generate a new list though, right? Because iRead-only list doesn't have a concat. No, it returns a new one. Yeah. Does C# list have a concat that just mutates? Oh, there's add range. Oh, yeah, let's do that then. Lazily executes does not create a new list. I think the way I'm using this though is it'll end up creating the list because it's going to immediately go over this. Yeah, it will. Yeah, I do contains here, which is what's going to need to turn this into a list. Anyway, empty storeroom displays. This is really all, I guess no matter what, I'm making a new list, right? Yeah, I guess I am. So I guess we can just concatenate these anyway. So shop, if shop is not equal to null, then return these concatenated. Otherwise, just return the empty storeroom displays. There, that's good. All right, and I think that's everything to do with a potentially null shop. Yeah. So let's try it out. Now the characters shouldn't freeze when they have a potion and there's no alchemist. So we're going to just force a win. There, we get a couple of potions. We're going to add another worker. And now once they get up here, they should just wander around. Oh, they pick them up. And then they just have nowhere to go, so then they wander around. Yeah. Well, as long as there's no error, I guess it doesn't really matter what their behavior is right now. In the future, maybe they shouldn't pick up items that they can't sell. In which case, a lot of this would just be a moot point. Like, if you don't have an alchemist, then the items just stay on the ground. But you might move them to the storeroom. Maybe we... I was going to say, maybe we just don't even let them drop. Like, why even show you a potion if you can't sell it? But the reason why is to indicate that you need a new shop. And if you don't see a bunch of potions that you're losing, then you might not think you have a reason to make an alchemist. But yeah, we need some kind of like trash item function. Because if you do end up putting a potion over here, that item is just stuck there forever now. There is one other thing we could do. Yeah, so problem, you can soft lock yourself right now. Well, not right now, but by filling your storeroom and workers' hands with items that you can't sell. So option number one would be like make a trash can or quick sell button that lets you get rid of items like that. Option number two would be don't let you or your workers pick up items that you can't sell. So they'll just fade off the ground. Option number three would be make it so that non-sellable items disappear from your storeroom. This would be confusing. I think option number one is the best, to be honest. And I kind of like the idea that, hey, I need money now, so let's just quick sell some of these things. Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe what we do, every item has a value. So if a sword is worth like 100 gold, maybe we could say that the quick sell thing gives you like 20% of the value. So it's a really bad idea unless you absolutely have to do it. You could have rats or garbage men grab them. I could, but what I'm concerned about. Oh, wait. Oh, you mean instead of having them disappear? Okay. Yeah. Because I was going to say the items disappear off the ground right now, and that might also not be clear why that's happening. Like items spew out of this portal, and if you don't grab them in time, either by you clicking and dragging them or a worker grabbing them, then they'll start fading out, and then eventually they'll disappear. It would be kind of funny to just have rats come and pick up like swords and stuff. How about we make them poof? Oh, like with an effect? Yeah. I still, okay, so here's the reason why I'm leaning toward option one. The reason why is that in the later part of the game, this whole just don't let your workers pick them up might not even need to happen. Maybe you get an upgrade that says items automatically go to your storeroom. And in that case, then that's it. They'll just be stuck in your storeroom. So you'll need a way to sell them off. Plus, the other thing I like about option number one is it adds another action for you to do if you want to. And probably 99.9% of players could play the game in such a way they never have to use this. I'm not commenting on whether they will, but they should never have to. If goblins were the ruling class, I don't think goblins are in the game right now. Well, they could be. Well, this isn't the thing I should worry about for right now. So let's just file this as a task for later. And I'll write the rationale for this. I like the idea of quick selling items for 20% of their value. It stops you from ever getting into a situation like this, even if items are teleporting directly into your storeroom displays or onto your storeroom displays. And it adds another action slash choice that could easily be ignored by any players who don't care about it. Yeah. All players are goblins on the inside. We just happen to call them skeletons in this game. Hey, Signalist. Probably make it so the skeleton doesn't pick up those items. So that's one potential way, but the problem is that eventually I want to have an upgrade in the game where these items automatically get put into your storeroom. And at that point, all we've done is we've now moved the problem to, okay, they can't go into your storeroom because you don't have the shop for it. Because, yeah, that was one of the options. Just don't let you pick it up. But, yeah, I think we'd still have a problem later on. Thankfully, there's no way for you to sell a shop. So once you do have the alchemist, you can sell potions. And once you have the blacksmith, you can sell weapons and stuff. Hey, Mapon. Just leave them on the floor and make a pop-up telling you you're full and there's no space or on the storage for those items. But once you're full, you'd have no way of getting rid of it. I guess what I'm trying to say is the problem is, let me show this really fast. Like you get potions. So we got a couple of potions on the floor. Your character picks it up. They now have nowhere to bring this eventually. Like I will eventually have a shop here, but until you have that shop, you just can't sell potions. And if I grant other kinds of items, like this armor has a place to go. I can put this over here. I can put the weapon over here, but no place for potions. After in the storeroom, I mean, just so a player can decide to wait until they have a shop capable of selling items. Yeah, which is why I think you should just have a quick sell button. So now there's no problem, right? Workers can carry stuff forever as long as they want. Although I guess the workers could still get stuck. Oh, maybe it should be a combination of the solutions then. Maybe in addition to that, your workers don't pick up items that they can't sell. That way their hands don't stay full. Yeah, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with that, Signalist. Yeah, but none of that's worth coding for right now. So let's just skip that. And let's go have it be that you can build the alchemist. So how does one programmatically build an alchemist? Well, we just have a shop and it has a script and the script knows how to initialize itself to set up the sign, right? But otherwise there's no init or anything for this. Oh, there is, and it happens from the town. And it's called setup shops. Ah, here it is. Okay, so then we need a private void add shop, shop, shop. And then put this in there. Add shop, shop. It's more like setup shop. We need something that's going to create it now. I'm going to make this function be very specific at first. Create alchemist. Shop. We need to instantiate a shop. Yeah, let's just find a different instantiator. Here, great. Let's take this one, put this over here. Now we go figure out where the shop scene is. It is in game scenes town. Shop. Then this is a shop. Now, how do you tell the different shops apart? They must have some variable in here. Item category, found ya. Okay, so we set instance.item category equals potion. And then, do we have a shops node? No, we don't. It's just this. Get nodes that have the shop. Interesting. Well, we have a shop node in the scene, even if we don't have one in code. It's right there. Shops node. All right. Let's go fetch that. Customers node. Yeah. Okay. Shops. Now when we add the alchemist, create alchemist, we're going to add that. And then we're going to call add shop instance. Okay, let's try that out. Oh, wait, we can't try that out because nothing calls this yet. So we need to make it so that you can call this. So we'll put in UI home and just call it create alchemist. Yeah. So I press it and there's the alchemist, and now we should be able to sell potions. So let's go. Oh, right. They can only do that once they've taken it to the storeroom first. And they drop it off, pick it up. They should be able to put it over here. Yeah. Now customers should be able to go buy the potion. Also, yeah. Yeah, nice. Okay. So now we just need to position it in the right spot, which is way over there. How do we find the position for that? We need to go into the deleted code. There it is. Easy peasy. Alchemist. Instance.position equals new vector 2. All right. Nice. It's exactly where we want it to be. Yeah. Cool. So now you can build it by pressing a key. We need to make it so that you can build it by clicking a sign or something in game. Doesn't really matter where. We can relocate this stuff, render a sign there. Alchemist lets you sell potions, which means we got to refactor what we have in the guild sign to allow you to make another kind of shop, I guess. And guild sign has its own code here. What is this? Set of particles, clickable area, input event, spawn dialog. Spawn dialog in this case needs to be something that can be closed. And we're probably going to use whatever this function is, I guess a sign. Does it make sense to be a sign? I don't know. We'll figure out the lore reason later. But anyway, we're going to need this function again for the other two shops at the very least. And the storeroom. Yeah. So I guess all these could just have a close button on them. Or a way of hiding the close button. I don't know where we would put it. Probably at the upper right. Just float an X. Yeah. Oh, also I just realized this button is huge. I never thought about that. Fix that really fast. Done. I guess it could do the same thing the other dialogue has, which is not now, thanks. Could be something like that right there on the sign. I don't know why you'd say not now, thanks to a sign. Maybe you like talking to inanimate objects. Yeah, build and maybe later. Although maybe later we would just hide because now is the best time. Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. Okay, so let's make a generic signpost component. I'm going to save this as signpost. Yeah, sure. We'll call it a signpost. And we'll give it a different script. Where is its current script? Scene scripts guild sign. Okay, attach a new script. Source scene script signpost. Game.scenes. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, it's not right. All right. Pretty much everything that was, let's just copy paste the whole thing. Who cares? We're going to now need to refactor this so that anything guild specific shows up in the guild one. Things like this text, for example. So label, where'd the guild one go? Oh, I closed it. Guild sign. All right, delete everything. Goodbye, and instantiate a... This is a different dialogue than it normally is. That's weird. Huh. Yeah, that's weird, right? Am I going nuts? Yeah, I don't remember doing this. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I don't remember that happening. Okay, so we're going to save this as guild sign. Can't overwrite scene that is still open. Oh, is that why? I don't know what happened. I'm just going to close out of all these things. All right, now save it. Guild sign. Good, cool. Now we call this guild sign and we detach the script and attach guild sign. Good. Awanakis. Okay, next up is being able to set the label. So init, I guess we could have it take in the label. String, sure, it's already correct. Where do we call init though? I guess we're not gonna be able to tell where this one's called from because it's the wrong type now. Yep, this one should work. There it is, guild sign.init. So I guess it'll say build guild. And let's put a bunch of asterisks at the end just to make it clear that this is working correctly. So if I just do that, I know we have a bunch of copy pasted code right now and erroneous code. No overload takes 2 arguments. Oh yeah, because I modified signpost, not this one. I guess init doesn't need that. Yeah, I guess let's just delete this. It's calling into the parent that we need to do. Base.init town build guild. There is no base because this doesn't inherit from signpost. Until now. What a surprise. What another surprise that I forgot this. So it should just have a bunch of asterisks around it. It does not. There are no asterisks. And a bunch of instances not set, which is probably due to me having deleted this scene. Let's go find out. What is this? This is a guild sign. What's the problem then? Huh, what's the problem? Should I get a two-piece keyboard? Worry that 36 keys won't be enough? Have you seen the video that's in the keyboard command there? Because I think that'll help you decide. Well, actually, sorry, you have two questions, technically. One is a split keyboard, and then the other is 36 keys enough? As far as the second question, that video will probably help clarify what's going on. But as far as the first one, I think it's mostly a matter of preference. If you don't have any shoulder strain or arm pain or anything like that, then it probably doesn't matter too much. Okay, so what is the problem here? Signpost init. Guild sign init. How is this broken? What? How is this broken? Is it because I'm overwriting like everything? I haven't actually finished refactoring any of this. I don't see the problem. Line 26 in signpost init. Oh, label. We don't have a label yet because this wasn't added yet. How is that possible though? This ready isn't being called. Is it? Oh, it's because I'm calling it from the ready function over here. Where do I do all the other inits then? Hoping that the gear will make me better. Indirectly, it probably will. Because you're going to have to learn how to type properly to use a keyboard like this. Or at least it's a good time to learn how to type properly. But on its own, it's not going to do anything different. I guess unless you have some like really bad typing habits. I'm not, well, it's in the scene from the beginning. Like it's in the town scene already. And I'm not actually sure what order this stuff happens in. But I don't think we need to do this somewhere else. Maybe we do. Guild sign. Start game. This, I don't know. This can't be right. I'm going to try running this though. If this fixes it, then at least I know what the problem is. No, it doesn't fix it. Yeah. So what is the problem here? There might be something else going on. I'll just put a breakpoint right here and we'll try this out again. Okay, we step into this. Town should be set. It is. We call init. That's null. That's okay. But then the label is still null. Yeah. Which means ready was never called for this, or that there's no label in there. But I find that unlikely because there would have been an issue. What is this scene called again? Signpost? Yeah. It's probably just a matter of this not having ever been called. So let's put a breakpoint here. Does it get called? No. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know why. This is even dumber than what I thought. I haven't finished refactoring, so I never called base.ready over here. Oh, hello. Hello, everybody. I have a brain inside this head. It's in there somewhere. Yeah, that should fix it. Yep. Yep. There it is. There are asterisks. This also revealed a problem, which is that the label isn't centered. Did I just literally position it here and do nothing else? Oh, man. Oh, well, we say center, it should fix that problem. Brain has been found. That's right, Ski. It did not fix that problem. I'm guessing because we didn't give it enough size to expand. So we technically need to do something like, whoa. Yeah, that looks good. How do I, there we go. I mean, technically we would need to make this like infinitely long to accommodate any potential language issues here, but that's good enough for right now. Why do you need base already? Because I haven't finished refactoring here. The problem is that we have copy pasted code. Like all of guild sign is the exact same as all of signpost. I just copy pasted it. And the problem is that guild sign, while inheriting from signpost, in its init calls into the base class. The base class never got its ready function called because the whole way, yeah, you see, yeah. So all I need to do is finish refactoring this. None of this stuff should have been here to begin with. Like, we just delete this and delete all of this and this and that and the asterisks. Actually, you know what would have made this way more obvious and also made this easier for future programmers who come in and do this code is to change signpost so that this says, I am a sign. It's beautiful. That'll never show in the game. It'll just get overwritten by build guild. All right, what else we have here? Clickable. So we need a spawn dialog. This should be protected. And should do nothing on its own. Protected, virtual. Just delete all that. Actually, not entirely virtual. Has spawned, return. How does this work? No, I know how this works. We put this up here. Yeah, then we call spawn dialog. And then we don't need any logic here. Closing brace should be followed by this. This should be higher up in the file. All right, what else? Make guild. That definitely doesn't belong here. So we don't need this. We don't need this. We need this, but it needs to be protected and override. We don't need this. Everything else should be pretty good. Where is the spawning of that? Here it is. Has spawned. We got to put this in here. Okay, delete this. Hide the label. Interesting. Nothing's going to ever show the label again in this case. But if we ever hide the dialogue, we need to know that. Okay, let's hide it. Then town.modify money. We don't have the town here. That should just be protected. Protected town get set. Yeah, now call it Tanwa. It's a typo. Okay, now we have access to that yet. All right, let's test it out. I too am a sign of good news because Ski's watching me. So we click this, we click build, we get our guild. And that's it. Now we can add another signpost in that does something else. So we have guild sign. Let's save this as alchemist sign. Maybe we should just call it shop sign and have a way of setting that. Yeah, that's probably smarter. All right, shop sign. Now we got to go find alchemist sign and delete it. All chemist. Goodbye. All right, so shop sign. And then give you a different script. Have you inherit from signpost. And just copy paste the whole thing in. Okay, this is going to be build alchemist for now. We'll genericize this later. In fact, I should probably do that. Make sure we have signs for all three kinds of buildings and not just the alchemist. All right, spawn dialogue. We have a build guild dialogue. We're going to need to genericize this too, right? Guild lets you hire and level up adventurers. So we'd have something like alchemist lets you sell potions, cost, build, and then close. Yeah, let's do this. Add an HBox container here. Add a close button underneath. Close button. Build button. Access as unique name. Maybe later. And then center this stuff. Easy peasy. All right, cool. Now let's go change the maybe later thing going to be a close button. Copy, paste. Replace build with close. Make this lowercase. On close. Change ick to os. And then something needs to listen to this. I guess here. On close plus equal. I guess we're still going to queue free the dialog. But we're going to call into some parent like close dialog. Which comes from signpost. Yeah. Protected void. Cool. What's happening? Close dialog. Hooray. We did it. And this is another thing that's nice about AI. It knows that we hid this when we open the dialog, so we probably want to show it when we close the dialog, and we do. I3 am assigned. Okay, so now we have a maybe later button, which when we click just makes this go away. And then we also have, oh no, we don't. I never added the signpost, did I? Nope. So let's go make another sign. In fact, maybe we should make a signs node. Node signs. Is that going to break anything? Almost certainly. So let's say access as unique name, and then go change in the town where we get the guild sign and just do a % sign. Great. Now let's go add another one. See, this is the dialogue I expected earlier. I didn't get this for some reason. Alchemist sign, shop sign. What do I call this? Shop sign. Is there a way to move this up one parent without having to click one of these things? I don't think so. Paste as sibling. No. I have to reparent it and then pick. I want it on this one. Yeah. All right, now where are you? In the wrong spot. All right, what looks like it's centered? There. Good enough. Don't you not like this at me? That was perfectly centered. We're going to delete the whole map or change it around enough where it doesn't really matter. All right, so this is going to be the alchemist sign. Alchemist sign. Oh, wait, it's a shop sign, not a whatever I said. And then what's the name of it? The wrong thing. Alchemist sign. You know, Godot hasn't crashed in a while. They must have fixed something. All right, initialize that sign too. All right, you only think you know what's best for you, sign, but you don't know what's best for you. This is a shop sign. We have build alchemist here. Why am I begging for bad luck? Actually, it's been pretty good. I don't think it's going to start happening. Okay, let's just try this. It's going to be the same thing as the build guild dialog, which I guess is even going to make another guild. So it says I am assigned. That means there's a problem. And problem there is. Cannot find guild sign. Oh, drat. It's in the other scene. Oh, I don't like this. Town node. Do we have one of those? There's some like doubled get node that I have. Where is it? I need that same thing. Oh, come on. I don't know. I don't know. Fine. We'll just put it here, I guess. Node town equals get node for that. I don't even know what it is. Node? What is it? Yeah, it's a node 2D, which means node will work. We're getting there. All right, then these get nodes changed to town.get node. That should work. No, it still says I am a sign. Why? Node not found alchemist sign. Did I not call it that? Alchemist sign. Oh, I don't have access as unique. All right, that was subtle. Cool. Build alchemist. So when you click it, it's going to say build guild because we don't have a new sign. And it's going to do that. Alchemist sign, shop sign. Yeah, so in this case, we need a signal out of here saying to build the shop. Does that look centered to me? Yes. Okay, you know what? We'll measure ski. We'll measure. Here's a rectangle. And if we move this whole thing over to here, as you can see, it basically perfectly fits. Except for I was measuring to the outside of the boundary here, and I'm measuring to the inside on the other side. Yeah, it's off by like, how many pixels is that? It's off by that much. All right, just because you have eagle eyes doesn't mean it's not centered. You know what? Fine. There. Now that's centered, and no one can argue it. Top down looks off too. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Hey, Conquer. A little late on the raid message, but I'll accept it. I should probably take a break pretty soon, actually. There was something important that I wanted to do. How late was I? 45 minutes. That's what you get for not using the snap. Well, it's all going to change. Like I said, it's not important. I know I'm memeing about it right now, but if it were actually a problem, I would fix it. That's very late. Well, thanks for the follow, yeah. Yeah, just a smidge. 45 minutes. I mean, in terms of waiting for like GTA 6, that's just a smidge. In terms of waiting for your coffee to be ready, that's a long time. So where I left off is going to be... I want shop sign to have a signal to the town to create the alchemist. And then after that, genericize build guild dialogue to just a build dialogue. Coffee takes 48 hours. What kind of turbo coffee is that? What am I making? I'm working on a game called Skeleseller. Oh yeah, by the way, all the collision changes. Oh, and when we build the... Make sure to rebake the nav mesh when we build the alchemist. Yeah, I'm working on a game called Skeleseller. The way it works is you're running a town and you hire adventurers. So I hire a rogue here and they do battle for you. And that happens automatically. So you don't directly control them. You're not, choosing a slash ability or something like that. It just does battle. And then when the battle is won, and in this case we're guaranteed to win, then items will pop out of this portal and your little skeleton character can go and pick them up. And then if you have a shop, which that's what we're working on right now, is building the alchemist, then they'd be able to put them into the alchemist. So if I click build here, oh wait, it builds a guild. That's right. Okay, well anyway, there's a lot of problems right now because I'm in an intermediate state. You can have pets in your VS Code as an extension. I don't think I knew that, but I don't think I would want that. There's the hilarious clip that's probably one of my favorites. This one that shows what I feel my opinion would be about having pets in VS Code. 94-month subscriber. I don't think I've had anyone subscribe for that long here. Yeah, remember that clip? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna finish working on this stuff. Oh, Adam, I see. Yeah, I forgot my bot had that. That's actually interesting. All right, is it jump time? It's jump time. Darkstorm is too good at this game. I mean, take a look at this. Games played 219. I think when you play 219 games, you'll also probably be very, very good at the game. Yeah. Close the game. All right. So I said I wanted to have a signal to the town to create the alchemist. Let's go do that. Hard to not repeat a message. Yeah, the way you can get around that is by putting any garbage at the end of your message. So like if you want to type U multiple times in a row, you can do UA, UB, UC, UD, whatever. Or same thing like J15, AAA. You just type any garbage at the end. Hey, Liquidor. Yeah, it's not obvious. The only way that's explained is inside. Wait, where is the how to play? I don't even know. It's on GitHub somewhere, which is just not obvious. All the full commands are in here. You can also change your character. You can enable particle effects if you're a subscriber. So here are all the instructions if anyone's curious. Oh, I guess this is a jump royale command. In this case, we want an action coming out of here. Where are the actions here? So on an action coming out of here saying on build shop. Probably also want to say what kind of shop this is. Item category, item category. All right, so let's save that off. Put this here. Get the on build shop thing over here. And pass in what kind of shop it is. Item category. Just saying a quick hi. All right, yeah, take care. I thought about letting players shoot something to push others off platforms. Yeah, that was an idea for the end of the game. The final screen that you could shoot fireballs at other people and you just knock them around, but not during the main game. I think that would be tough. Well, it'd be frustrating, I think. Back in day 43 and a quarter. Okay, yeah. See you then. I don't remember what day number it is in my title right now. But we may be in for a rude awakening. Let me see. Day 41 and a half. Yeah, day 43 and a quarter is going to be August 28th. There's quite a gap in between 42 and 43. Okay, so I want to change the text of this based on what kind of shop we have. Do we do this anywhere? We must have some code in shop that comes up with the sign. And the sign is based on what the item category is, right? Yeah. So we should probably start manifesting all of the shop information in one spot. I'm going to write that as a cleanup task. Manifest all shop information in one spot. This will make, what is it called? Customize shop appearance. Will help customize shop appearance and shop sign. For now, I don't care. We're not going to do this the right way yet. I'm going to just get this to work, and then we'll clean it up afterward. Where did customize shop appearance go? Here it is. We could use a switch expression for this, actually. Would be kind of nice. So string sign text equals... Unfortunately, I don't know how to write a switch expression. Maybe it can do it for me. Wow, it can. How nice. Yeah, cool. Build an armorer. That's not what it's called, right? Armor smith? Remove unused event. That's not even unused anymore. On build shop. Oh, no overload takes that. Item category. Good, good, good. Delete. What do we want to delete here? Want to free the sign. And free the dialogue. The dialogue doesn't need to be freed if we're freeing the thing holding it. Yeah. We just need to queue free this thing. Which means this is also a little bit broken. Where is it? Guild sign. Queue free. Yeah, we just need to queue free this. Dialogue. I don't like that. Yeah, part of the genericizing is we shouldn't have to worry about closing the dialogue in the derived sign classes. Free the sign. We should write on the sign to free the sign and then wave the sign at the other sign. Yeah, this shouldn't need to be done. i.e., this should happen in the base class. And we're slowly getting there. Okay, so all we're going to have now is... I could delete the other shops now that I think about it. All we're going to have is a sign that says build alchemist. But we haven't gotten to the point where the dialogue will be customized yet. And I broke the init because it's supposed to say item category dot potion. Yeah. Okay, good. Now we need to customize the sign. Set up signs. Signs without borders. I like the competing charity signs with extra borders. Signs with large fonts. Should we just delete the other ones now? I feel like we should. Yeah, what's the point in keeping them around? We need their vectors, though. Oh, wait, it is called the Armory. What? Do we not use Armorsmith in the game? I use Armorsmith, and I think Darkstorm might use Armory. Okay. I think we should settle on one name, but I'm not sure which. Yeah, the Armoury. Where the Kalower of the Armowers is Brauan. I don't speak that kind of English. Just Copilot said it? Okay. Well, we'll need to delete that at some point. I'll delete these, and then we'll go add in 2 more signs. Shop sign. Ideally, all of these are made generic, though. So I am just going to make them all be alchemist signs for right now. In fact, you know what? Yes, let's do that. Just duplicate this. Duplicate, duplicate. Next, let's go fetch their dead vectors. Where are the vectors? Nope, they're there. Okay, except for there's a problem here, right? Where do these vectors come into play? In like add alchemist, create alchemist? Yeah, here. Okay, so the position's gonna have to change as well. Let's just put this in like that. And we'll just ignore it for now. And then let's 100% perfectly, accurately center all of these signs. Done. Done. Actually, centering them inside that region is not hard, but I don't think the region is centered inside the stone area. It's pretty close, though. Why didn't I just do that over here? In fact, you can tell it's off center because there are 2 center marks there. At the end of the day, if I'm making myself laugh, it's a win. And I am with my expert skills. I'm such a good designer. Check the tile map. Yeah. I could definitely center it if I need to. It's really not important. That's why I'm joking about this. We're gonna change where these things are, and then there's no point. All right, so now is the last part of this, or at least the last major part, I think, which is genericize this into just a build dialogue. Yeah, just to make chat miserable. So the dialogue is just one thing. Yeah, let's save this as build dialogue. Let's rename this to build dialogue. Let's give it a different script. Where is it currently? Scene scripts, build dialogue, detach. Oh, there was extend in there. Interesting. I've never really tried that. Source, scene scripts, build dialogue. Cool. Let's close out everything else. Build guild dialogue should inherit from that. Oh, thank goodness this isn't like a crazy dialogue. All right, then we probably delete everything from here. No, whoops. We copy paste it over to here, I mean. Yep. And then take these over there too, I guess. And copy the namespace. Except for actually press the button. Except for actually press the button. All right, there we go. So build, cost, etc. So we need to set the cost. And we need to set the text. Yeah. So the text, we have two different things we need to change the text of. This is the title label. So let's rename this to title label. This is the description label. Both of these should be accessed as unique names. The cost label is already one of those. Yep. So title. So let's see, protected void init string title string description, and cost is what, an int? Long cost. All right, we don't have the title label and we don't have the description label. Now we do, and now we do. Easy peasy. Yeah, look at that. Just coming up with everything for me. Yes, and then it can get this too, right? Yes, it can. Wow, amazing. All right, so we don't need to set this here. So we call init after ready. And this can just call it itself. In fact, it can do this as part of ready, right? Public override ready. Base.ready. And then init. Build a guild to attract adventurers. Lame. How about this one, though? Lets you hire and level up adventurers. Huh. Weird. All right, game constants. Looks good. Ready can only appear on the left-hand side. All right, we looking good there? Yeah, I think so. Oh, no, this should say guild. Okay, let's try that out. All we've done is affect the guild dialog, and even then it should look exactly the same. But that's what we'll use to make the other one. So when I click this, lets you hire and level up adventurers, cost 12. What? Title label not found? What did I call it? Title label. What? What did I do wrong? Build dialog. Oh, I know I did wrong. Something incredibly basic. I can't get out of this dialog for some reason. There we go. I never made this inherit from the other dialog. Pokemon card collection. Man, I had Pokemon cards at one point. I think I played the actual game maybe twice and don't think I liked it very much. But then the Game Boy game came out, the Pokemon trading card game, and that was a lot of fun because it did all the stupid rules for you. Okay, where is the thing that I'm trying to find here? Build dialog? I don't know. I can't find it. There it is. Okay, now change this to build guild dialog and change the script. Build guild. And save this as this one. A couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it was pretty fun. You know what game was really good? Pokemon Pinball. I played way too much of this. Whoa, what is that thing? Yeah, this is the second one. Where's the first one? Huh, let's see screenshots of the first one. Why are they only showing the second one? By curiosity, what does Google do when you search for this? Ah, there's the first one. Look at this. Look at this game. A Rumble Pack. We don't have that kind of technology now. Read them in a club as an adult, though. Of the Pokemon card game? For whatever reason, I'm picturing you in a dance club. Like, calm down, everybody. Be quiet. I need to read the rules of this game. Stop the music. All right. Now we're cooking. Yeah. Now the other sign shouldn't do anything. Oh, and maybe later doesn't even work? Okay, so we don't have a build shop dialog, do we? No. I'm gonna just write description in here. Description goes here. Title, cost. There. I am a sign. Yeah, the I am a sign means that something wasn't initialized correctly. And I think only 2 of the signs should say that right now. Yeah, because I just copy pasted those for right now. But build guild and build alchemist. This is what we're working on now. You just gotta make a circle around the 2 playing the cards. Man, I saw a YouTube video. I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Other than I think 1 episode, and I wasn't a big fan. But I think there's a YouTube video where they cut out, I think, all dialogue in the, or maybe all pauses, or all, they cut out all of something, and it was a hilarious video. I'm doing a very bad job explaining what it was because I don't remember. I don't even know when I saw this video. It's like there was a series of YouTube videos for a while that was every time something happens, then they either sped up the video or they slowed it down and they pitch shifted or something like that. The only sound was a grunting. Maybe it was that. I don't remember. Build shop dialogue. I do remember there was someone took the Lord of the Rings, and every single time they took a step closer or farther away from the Shire, they replayed the scene where Sam says, if I take one more step, I'll been the farthest I've ever been from the Shire. It was hours and hours and hours long. People have done some pretty creative stuff. All right, so we're going to detach this and attach a new script. It's like all the steamed ham stuff. Man, some of those are super creative. All right, so all this is doing is giving us the structure of the dialogue. Then we have an on click, which I don't even know how this could possibly work. I guess it's public. That's how it works. All right, so what is this going to do? Build dialogue. This is going to just say alchemist. Lets you sell potions. And the cost, I wrote this down somewhere. You start with 100, costs you 50 to get the guild, then 20 for an adventurer, so it must be 30 for the alchemist. Good. Good. Yeah. Lord of the Rings, every time they say ring, it speeds up the video. Yeah. Google's probably like, oh, another one of these things. Just taking up our space, using our bandwidth. Okay, so now when you click, wait, no, this won't work. Will it? What even spawns a guild dialogue? I guess the shop sign spawns a guild dialogue. Yeah. So this should now be the build shop dialogue. We add it, we position it, on click, we call build a shop. Yeah, seems pretty reasonable. Now, why is make guild here? Shouldn't be. I think we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, let's try this out. So you should be able to build the alchemist now. Can't even click the sign. What happened? Unable to cast object to type build shop dialog to build guild dialog. What? Where are we trying to do this? Oh, I know what's going on. The shop sign has the wrong type over here. Yeah. Man, today's been very productive. Even this stuff. I know it might seem like it's going slowly, but it's actually going pretty quickly. So Alchemist lets you sell potions. I click build. The character's walking all over this dialogue. Oh man. I don't what's doing that? I guess I just never set a Z index on here. Ordering Z index. I'll just set this to 10. I don't know. All right, well, let's click build and see what happens. Nothing. Really nothing? Oh, nothing's listening to this. Signs. So alchemist sign dot on build shop plus equal create alchemist. No overload matches that. Yeah, because I guess this should be create shop. What does create alchemist do right now? Shop, position, category. Okay, we're just going to call this create shop. Let's delete this. Rename this to create shop and have it take in the item category of the shop. So we instantiate a shop. This position needs to be dynamic. To do, come up with this based on the item category. Then down here, we just set this, add it, and we're good. Now add shop needs to then do rebake nav mesh. That way customers don't collide with it. And over here, we call this create shop. I guess it didn't follow what I wanted for that. Didn't I think we're good? Wow. Just going swimmingly. Build. Wow. We got our alchemist. Look at that. Now we should be able to sell. Go. Sell my potions. Sell them, you fools. Put it into the slot. That's right. Yeah, look at that. It's all working. Okay, well, getting the other two to work shouldn't be that hard, right? We need two other signs. Why did I even... Oh, this is hard-coded right now? No, it's not hard-coded. Something's hard-coded. Where did I put the thing about lets you sell potions? Here. Yeah, this is hard-coded. This is not good. We need the item... Wait, what? Build shop dialog. We should initialize this. Oh, we should just make the init be public. Yeah, there, easy, done. Now what's calling this? Build dialog has this. So build shop doesn't. Why is there even a... I'm a little confused by why I made a script for this. Maybe I made it thinking I would need a script and I don't. Where do we initialize this? Here. Oh, and then we initialize the instance. Okay, so we need to initialize this instance.init. Yeah, we just do this based on whatever you have over here. Okay, it's pretty reasonable. So I guess we delete the entire script over here, build shop dialog. And we just don't do anything for this. This seems strange. We just shouldn't even have this. All right, I'm gonna just write a big to-do, delete me. Delete me. If this is still empty. Okay, let's do this stuff now. potion goes here. And then can it just guess what I want for this? Armor smith lets you sell armor. Armor smith cost. We don't have a cost. I don't know what to make this cost. Yeah, we just got to make up some numbers. I don't even know which one you should get second or which one you should get third. Armor smith cost is 500. I don't know. And weapon, or no, blacksmith cost 1,000. Whatever. Okay. And then same thing here. All right. Looks good. Okay. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, yes. I'm definitely forgetting something. The other part of this. All right. Let's go find the town and figure out which one of these is which. Alchemist sign 2 is where the blacksmith should go. Blacksmith sign. And then alchemist sign 3 is the armor smith. Now we got to go initialize those things. So just copy paste this. Blacksmith sign. Blacksmith sign. Yeah, I don't need to write this code. It can do it for me. It just stopped halfway through a line of code. There. Now we just rename this to armor smith sign. Adhering to this waterfall progression without any numeric planning. Oh, this isn't the final. I'm not doing a balance pass right now. All I'm doing is making the building system. So I could have literally set this to like 1 trillion and it wouldn't have made a difference right now. Well, 1 trillion would have taken a long time to cheat in that amount of money. But yeah, the numeric planning comes later. That'll be a different task. Also, same thing. The positioning even comes later. Like, this is what our town looks like now, so I'm positioning them where we have them, but I don't know if we want this layout in the future. Your guild starts over here, and yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure out how I want to do that. What was I just doing? Town, yeah. So I think this is all good. I think we're maybe done now. Let's try it out. Okay, so now we just have a bunch of signs. Build blacksmith. We click build. And what happened? Presumably didn't work because we don't have the money. Is that possible? I don't even think that's possible. Where's the build shop dialog? Here it is. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. How did we ever build the alchemist? Oh man, something's going on here, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The alchemist works. Whoops. Oh, it built it over here. Oh, whoops. I know what happened. I did a couple of things wrong. We need to actually take the money into account. Take how much money you have into account. Instead of just always letting you buy the shop. Even if you don't have enough. Okay, now we can get to this. We had some vectors that were commented out. There they are. And I even had a to-do item here, and I just never did it. Okay, so armor is at negative 320, weapon is at negative 224, 120. Sure. Good. Delete all of this. Delete this. So that'll position them correctly. We're not taking money into account yet. So I click build. We get our blacksmith. In fact, if I grant items and give us a bunch of workers, they should only be able to go sell weapons right now. Why are they? I think they were just wandering there. I don't think they were actually trying to sell a potion. Yeah, because they can't put a boot there. Okay, now let's build the armor smith, and that should let all the ones with armor come over here. Good. And let's build the alchemist. Yeah, nice. Then let's speed this up. They should eventually sell everything. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Just spew items out of this thing. This is such a cool change. I am so happy we have this. Yeah. It really, really highlights the importance of getting feedback. And I think learning how to interpret the feedback is pretty good too. I think originally, it's hard for me to say for sure because I can't think back, 5 years and think what was my state of mind. But I think originally I probably used to consider that some feedback is probably just given by players who would never like the game. No, sorry, that's definitely true. But I think I thought it was a larger portion of the player base than it actually was. I think even people who don't like the game can still identify things they just don't like about this game. In other words, there's, I think, always a nugget of truth in someone's feedback, and you need to figure out what it is. Late to the later streams, locked in, working in AutoCAD, lost track of everything. You mean like you got more done than you thought you would? And lost track of time? Because that's not too bad. Yeah. So cool. And what's funny is all of this came from not wanting to confuse new players. I wouldn't have dropped items on the ground if it weren't for that. Worked with product guys that always watch the numbers of what players did. I think it's important to have people who look at all different kinds of metrics. People who look at, are players having fun? People who look at, are all the skills being used in a game? Are things balanced? People who just kind of do things based on gut feel. I think all of that has a place somewhere. Even negative reviews and feedback are almost always rooted in some truth. Yeah, yeah. And that is the difficult part to process for some people, including past me, is that if someone has a perception of your game, it didn't just come from nowhere. And maybe that gets warped a bit. Like, let's say you saw a streamer play the game and you didn't have the same context of that they had. Okay, maybe there's something that's like, okay, it's just totally false. But I think in general, if someone actually played your game, they probably have something valid to say about it. Numbers said people played more. Oh man, that's tough. That's really tough. Because yeah, it's really tough. I think this is another issue is there are so many variables with this stuff that like, okay, let's say people are playing more at first, but they're kind of complaining. Like maybe that is the case because people are generating controversy on social media or something. Maybe that dies down after a while, or maybe you're causing a deep-seated issue in your game. Who knows? Nothing accomplished except learning is still something accomplished. That's good. Level of expectation is crazy. Yeah. Man. Okay. So we are not taking how much money you have into account. You can just buy stuff. But what is even doing that? Create shop is coming from on build shop. On build shop is called from here. Oh, does guild sign know to subtract your money and nothing else does? Yes, that's why. So shop sign needs to know how to subtract the right amount of money, which means there needs to be a cost somewhere. Yeah, there it is. And that's the instance. Could we save this off and then just get it? Build shop dialog would only be saving a cost in that case, though. We could. Or we could just do something like this. Cost. And then set the cost here. This is I mean, it's dumb. There's nothing else to say about this. It's just a little bit dumb. But here we would need to check to see, do you have enough money? In fact, that's something that I think the build shop, the original build dialog should know. It should know the cost. Yeah, why don't I do that? It has cost label. We have to tell it the cost anyway at some point. when you press the build button, it should just check to see if you have the money. Yep, that's how it should work. Made some balance changes that actually made the balance numbers much worse, but for players it felt better. Yeah, I think someone said this a while ago. I don't remember what it was. It was some like maybe AAA game. Someone was doing a talk and people were complaining about performance. And I think at one point they did literally nothing. And then in the patch notes, they said improved performance. And people are like, yeah, this is feeling a lot better. I don't know if that story's even true, but that's what the person said. And it's just so funny to me. And it's like you can know something's a placebo and it can still have effect on you. And in that case, they didn't know it was a placebo. They didn't know that nothing had been done. They thought something had been done, but it hadn't been. I'm going to apply to that job. I mean, imagine if that's how every part of the job worked. Yeah, I coded for 6 straight weeks the last quarter, but you did nothing. And they're like, oh, good job. Yeah. Private long cost. Save that. Oh, whoops. Put an underscore there. And then I guess we should also probably put the town into here so that this thing can just figure it out. Yeah. Change swapped it closer to 60-40, but people really liked it. Yeah. It's very interesting, that sort of thing. Just release 10 performance patches a week. I mean, imagine if every single time you just kept saying that. Improve performance, improve performance. You did nothing. People are like, this game is running so fast. At some point, people would probably catch on. Especially if they can't download the old versions. But they'd probably have like proof somewhere of, hey, here's what frame rate it was running at, and it hasn't gotten any better. The only difference is the guns have more hit points. Yeah. Yeah, game design has a lot of very interesting solutions to problems. Okay, so here's what I think I'm going to do here. I think we're going to save the town in here. All of them blame skill-based matchmaking as the reason they started to suck. To some extent, that's kind of true of any skill-based game. If you have matchmaking in it, a lot of them try to equalize the win rates so that you have a challenge. And it feels like a nonstop grind if you're not, top competitive player in the world. Carson, thanks for the resub. Welcome back. 5 months. Rotated the color offset 360 degrees back to the same color. Yeah. I want you to make this color pop. You tell a bit about the game guy? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let me just finish this one thing so that it's in a working state, because I just broke something by adding this line of code. But this won't take very long. Oh, this is now impossible. Drat. So I guess we need a public void init town, and then put this in here. Then delete this. Must declare a body because it's not marked abstract. Oh, I just forgot a curly brace. And then somewhere else is going to be a problem, right? Build shop dialog, probably. Yeah, this stuff all needs the town, which we do save, but is what? Protected? Private? Protected. Okay, well, let's just go get that then. Remove this useless assignment. Yeah, I decided I'll do this in the parent. We didn't actually do it, but I think we can run the game now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm making a game called Skeleseller. And I can kind of show you what the start of the game will be like, even though we're still working on it. But you will have watched a cutscene showing that you're an adventurer and you're out adventuring and you get bitten by a snake and you're poisoned. And you go to a town and you try to buy an antidote, but they don't have one, so you die. And you come back as a skeleton and you set up your own town. And the first thing you do is you build a guild. This is already broken. I must not be calling it. Yeah, I'm not calling it because I never had to do that before. And now we have to. So build our guild sign. I'll pick up where I left off in a second. Give me just a sec. All right, instance dot init with the town that we have because the signs have a town. Yeah. Okay. Let's rerun that. Change the font to a pixely one. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so you build a guild, and the guild master here lets you hire your first adventurer, who is not dead. Very important note. And then once you've hired your adventurer, you can send them into battle. And the battles take place automatically. You can eventually, level up your adventurers and get different skill points in these, and your stats will go up, but you don't directly choose what they're doing. So when you win that, you'll get items out of this portal here. And your character, this little skeleton, can go and stock your shops, which I actually don't even have any shops. So we need to buy the alchemist. And now, here, I'll just put this over here. And now customers can go buy your item. And I just made 3 gold. And now I can eventually hire another adventurer. So now we have a mage. We could actually start up a couple battles here. We could set auto battle on. And they'll just start, spewing items out of this portal as they win. I could speed this up. So we should see some portal or some items drop here. Yep, we got some potions. And eventually you'll have, gotten enough where you'll complete some quests, you'll level up, you'll get some player skill points. I could get a couple more workers here. And you just kind of get this well-oiled machine running of selling items, doing battles, going to different locations and stuff. Is it an idle game? It's pretty close to an idle game. I don't like that moniker only because I associate idle games with a few things that I think are generally somewhat nefarious. Infinite progression, which kind of just taps into your whole numbers must go up thing. Typically microtransactions. And typically I guess because of the infinite progression, kind of uninteresting decisions that are just thin layers over mathematical formulas. It's kind of how I look at this. So you are not directly controlling a lot of things. You can move items in the shop. You can, like I said, you can customize skill points and stuff. You can eventually build up some more shops. But yeah, in general, you're not controlling battles. You don't have to be present. But it's a one-time purchase game, and it's intended to be fun if you're just kind of sitting there playing. One of the hallmarks for idle games, and I commented on this a lot in a video I made. Did I make? Yeah. Yeah, one of the hallmarks of automated games is that there is a floor of progression. So imagine, for example, that you need to earn $10 trillion. So maybe if you're the worst at the game, you're earning like $5 per second. And the ceiling of that progression is typically orders of magnitude higher than that. And you can earn like 500,000 per second. This difference is so much that it really behooves you to optimize this. Maybe you don't have to get to 100% of what the ceiling is, but obviously there's a big difference between 5 and 500,000. This game that I'm making, I want that ceiling at any given time to be like maybe a 20 to 40% difference. So if you feel like optimizing, yeah, it'll be a boost to your gameplay and you go a little bit faster, but it's not like you have to do it. So that's my very long-winded answer for why I think it is still kind of an idle game, but I just don't like that as a term. All right, so next is taking money into account. And that comes from the build dialog needing to take money into account, which needs to happen here. So is there like a, can I afford this thing? I don't think so. Yeah, it's just money less than cost. Probably put something like that somewhere. Where is this? If town.money is less than cost, then just don't do anything. Actually, in that case, maybe we want to show create. Oh, that's not public? Well, now it is. Okay. Maybe we want to make this create floating UI text, not enough money. Good. And if you have enough, then town.modify money. Great. Okay, so now the cost is taken into account. So if we try building the blacksmith, we don't have enough money. We click build, and it pops up a thing saying not enough. Oh, and maybe later doesn't work. The close button, on close. Why is this a thing that needs to be invoked? Oh, because we need to show the label again. So then the signpost needs to have an on close thing here. Yeah. Instance dot on close. This will only work if we also hide the label, which we did for the guild sign, I think. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the right thing. Where's... Did I put it in the signpost? I put it in a signpost. There's a close dialog function. We need that. What does that do? Has spawned and show label. Yeah. Oh, this is exactly what I wanted. Okay. I think there's a tiny bit of refactoring we need to do, but I think this should be good now. Okay. Click build, produces an error. You can just spawn a bunch of those errors if you want. Click maybe later. You can hide that. Yeah. Same thing here. Not enough money. We do have enough money for that. We have enough money for this and for... Why is higher grade out? Why am I at negative 30? Well. What happened here? Is it because I built the... No, I only built the alchemist and the guild. The alchemist must have taken more money from me than I thought. What happened there? Is it because I clicked build over here? No. What? What caused me to be in negative money? It's building this thing that did. Oh, it's subtracting money twice. That's why. Because I have this here. And then I also have it in the guild sign. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now building the guild should only take the money once. Yeah, perfect. Okay, as I mentioned, I think there's a little bit more refactoring I can do here. This is done. This is done. But in general, I think this is looking good. I don't think I want to check it in just yet. I want to make those other changes. So I've been streaming for a total of about 6 hours today. So what I want to do now, instead of coding more, I want to come up with, what are we doing on Wednesday? Wednesday's the last day before my vacation, and then I'll be gone for about 2 weeks. What is Wednesday? Yeah. So it'll be actually a tiny bit over 2 weeks. But then that's the last big vacation I have planned for this year. These were things we couldn't... never mind. I don't need to explain this. There are weddings we need to go to. That's it. Where to? I haven't shared the where yet. I'll share the where probably once we get back. So what are we going to do on Wednesday? And I think we need to base it on this stuff. So building, we need to be able to build the storeroom. Yeah. Build the storeroom. It shouldn't be too hard. Maybe we don't even have the concept of building it exactly, but rather we add the first item display. All right, new player experience from start from next to nothing. Have we done practically all these conclusions? These were all the major conclusions based on checkpoint number 2. Stop having adventurers act as workers. So this is done. This is done. This is not done. This is done. That we still need to do. Building up your town from scratch. First iteration, no need to place paths. You can only build on designated plots of land. This we haven't done yet. Shopkeepers, money. Speeding up quests. I had forgotten about that. Hi, Lemon. You had your first code review for job application? You mean for an app, like the interview process? Because I find those can sometimes be fun and sometimes it can be frustrating. I remember for Amazon, I think it was like totally automated, or it seemed automated. Maybe it wasn't. But it was, I didn't talk to a human during that process. It was a take home project. Yeah. I think the best ones are ones where you, it's not very long. I think that's important. And that you actually talk to somebody about what you did. Yeah, actually, maybe I take back the part about them being fun. I think what I was thinking of is the pair programming interviews. I think those are fun as far as interviews go. Because then someone actually gets to see how you're like on the job. I've had, I think, only one of those in my career. All right, rare customers. We don't have that yet. Something the game should teach you how to manually move items. We don't have that yet. You have to unlock auto battling. Yeah, that's pretty important too. Differentiate items. I think we need longer and more numerous quests. Items in the storeroom. Items drop on the ground. Items fade away. Workers prioritize taking them. We need a sign that says Skeleton. Build the guild to hire your first adventurer. I mean, I guess this part's done. Adventurer battles. You build a shop. Customer shows up and buys it. Oh yeah, so customers shouldn't show up until you have items. I hope you get the job, Lumen. Hope that works out. Okay, we've done actually a decent amount of stuff. Yeah. We're doing better than I thought. To the point where I don't even know if we need a month for the next checkpoint. I think we should still try to take a month. And there are all these tasks I haven't touched and a lot of other things I haven't done. Yeah. Gotta finish up these tasks too. By the way, even like goal number 1 right now is get to the point where we don't have major questions anymore. Like, I want to know that the game works. and we're sort of we're trending in that direction, I feel. I've shown this before, but here's the feedback from checkpoint number 2. We had 37 responses. If you just look at the summary, the majority of people liked the game. And, you know, maybe whatever this is, I guess I could just figure it out. But I'm going to approximate like 23% or something were neutral or didn't like the game. So I feel like this is going in the right direction. Auto tiles finally work. Nice. Yeah. And I want to make sure that the next time we launch this, that fewer people are confused. A lot of the feedback we got, I bucketized this here. There are a lot of like just general accessibility problems. Those are clear enough that we have to fix them. It may not be totally clear on how to fix some of them. But yeah, wanting more to do in the game, wanted some replayability. There's a lot of confusion. I'm hoping we can reduce a lot of this confusion with the new building up from scratch system. It'll be a lot easier to tell what's going on when there are fewer things happening. So yeah, starting from just this and being like, hey, you got a guild, you get an adventure, you get your first shop, which hopefully wouldn't have to scroll super far to see. And then you can start a battle and start getting items and go through the rest of the game loop. I think we do need to stop customers from showing up immediately and maybe only show them when only show customers when after you've built a shop. Yeah, after you built a shop. And maybe only allow building a shop after you've gotten your first item, and then write a debug function that grants you the shop and everything else. It's probably grant most things. You should add an exclamation mark icon on the border of the screen when there's one available that way. When you say one available, you mean a customer, a building, or a quest? Because I think we need to change the UI of the game a little bit. Darkstorm had mocked up something where you have like a static UI present somewhere. I don't want this to be here eventually. Yeah, like when the first guy has an exclamation mark. Yeah. It's not super clear right now. If I click grant most things and we need a specific item, that one. Yeah, so if I put this in the shop, as soon as I put this here, we see a quest and it says quest available. We should probably also just spawn a thing sort of like, how would I do this? Because now I'm at max money. I guess a minor thing we should do is have quest available be a notification. When a quest is available, show a notification about it. And maybe say which shop has the quest. Or which location has the quest. All right, so only allow building a shop after you, once you've gotten your first item. Only show customers once you've built a shop. And limit the camera at the beginning of the game to the guild area. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what did we do in the afternoon here? So all we did is we worked on the building a shop. Yeah. In the afternoon, worked on building shops. I think just anything that needs your attention is when you're zoomed in. There should be an exclamation mark showing at the top right, telling you need to move the screen. Yeah, I think something like that would be a good idea. I think if we have a static UI, it could tell you in that UI. I should probably, I don't know where that picture is, but yeah, imagine that there's some like, chrome around the side of this, and that's where we show you money always shows the upper. I guess let me just pull up StarCraft. It's not a perfect representation of this, but like StarCraft UI. Where's the in-game? There we go. Yeah. So imagine that your money shows here and it's just always there on the screen. And then there might be an icon showing when you have something you can do. And maybe you could click it and it would just go to that thing. I don't know. But yeah, I want to delete all of what's in this menu. In fact, actually, we should get rid of the Hire Adventurer. Yeah, we should get rid of that button. Hire Adventurer button. Is that Botland 3.0? StarCraft wishes. For those who haven't heard, by the way, Botland is going to be open sourced. And I think Eltman is going to start taking a look probably this weekend or next weekend. I'm not in a rush, and I'm not trying to apply any rush to Eltman. I think that's it for today, though. I think this has been a really good day. We got a lot done. Again, to sum up really quickly, we now have items dropping on the ground. A lot of that work started on the weekend, but now they have that nice bounce effect when they bounce off a wall or something. Let's add a bunch of workers in. Get rid of the items. They flash. When they disappear, they're just gone. So if you couldn't move them in time, then too bad for you. Oh, I don't have any shops. Yeah, that's the other thing we did. We allowed for building up a shop. So build our shops. Maybe grant some more store displays. These notifications are new. Darkstorm did these. And yeah, that's it. I mean, it's pretty solid for one day's work. Well, and the weekend, I guess, for the other stuff. Yeah, thanks for being here, Sniff. And I don't know if Forge is still here. Probably not, but thanks again, Raiders. Thanks for the raid. I'm going to go find someone to raid myself. I try to base it on a few things. Has the person been online for a really long time? Are they streaming in English, and have I rated them before? And it's harder and harder to tell whom I have rated before. I tend to just follow everybody at this point. Well, that person's been streaming for 10 hours. Okay, let's go raid this person. I don't think I've rated them before. Yeah, I don't think I have. They're doing level design. I'll be back on Wednesday, but then after that, I'm going to be on vacation for some time. If you want to stay in touch, join Discord. I had a good time today. I hope you all did too. And I've got nothing else to say. So catch you later. See you on Wednesday, hopefully.